Hello, welcome back to It's New. Today is June 4th, so that's kind of new. And we got some things to talk about. Morty said it was a slow news day, but I'm not sure about that. Morty, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about product refinement on the SERP, as if that didn't already exist, but new ways, possibly.
Okay, cool. And Greg?
Google Ads advertisers and analytics users may have privacy, a new email about privacy coming to the States.
About how we're going to compete with Finn's introductions. I'm going to be covering Google's warning that, if you don't have a site that renders on a mobile browser, that it might not go ahead and be indexed after July 5th. Google has sent out a notification basically telling people that if they have websites that are completely inaccessible on a mobile browser, specifically Android, Google smartphone bot, it will basically not index it after July 5th, 2024. I'm not sure why not July 4th. It's actually a pretty important day, but they just said July 5th. Now, a lot of people confused by this, saying, oh, it's basically John Mueller was like, this is the end of mobile friendly again, even though Google said probably 4 or 5 times in history that we're done with mobile friendly indexing. It's all done. And now we're really done, although we're not really done. But basically, people are confused, basically saying that, oh, if my site's not mobile friendly, I'm not going to be indexed by Google after July 5th. And that is not true. It basically means if your website will not load at all on a mobile browser, you will not be indexed after July 5th. Not if you're not mobile friendly. You could have a desktop version. You can have like the ugliest website in the world. And it doesn't have to be mobile friendly. As long as it can be viewed on a smartphone, then you should be fine and indexable after July 5th. So relax. Most 99.99% of websites are fine on that. There are some that Google just doesn't want to deal with.
Makes sense. It's just like it's at the end of the day, they're just saving resources in a way that makes sense.
So there was one complaint I saw on X where somebody's like, I don't care to cater to mobile users. My website is completely inaccessible because I don't want mobile users, but I do value desktop users. How could Google do this? Google's evil.
Is it that hard to make a mobile version of a site or something that can load on a phone? Like loading on a phone is pretty bare minimum. If only there was a tool, Morty, out there that would allow you to build websites quickly and easily that were mobile compliant.
Yeah, and automatically. You don't have to do anything. Only.
Yeah. I mean, this guy was basically saying I have a commercial real estate building estimator tool, but the tools themselves aren't being indexed. Your inside tool, your splash screen on your homepage that describes the tool should be mobile friendly, probably.
I feel like it's 2024. This is like basic web ecology. Like you have to have a mobile version of your website.
Either way, Google is evil. I don't care what you tell me. They are evil.
Yeah, make a splash page talking about how great your tool is, and then don't make your tool accessible. Who cares?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
For sure. But transitioning to something around popular product refinements, I have no way of doing that from here, but I'll just hand it off to you, Morty.
So this guy, Barry Schwartz, was reporting at Roundtable.com that there seems to be a test where underneath the product query and Google showing you the cards there is like product refinement. So I think the case was they were searching some kind of welder and it offered you almost like a people also ask box, various versions of that query. And Barry theorized that if you expanded those, you would get like another like endless set of results. I think it's really interesting and almost like weird. So I wanted to cover this, that Google hasn't done more to show related products to what, let's say, Amazon does on the SERP. You would think that they would, but they don't.
Maybe now they will. I mean,
I guess maybe this is the beginning of that.
Yeah, I think we've seen some refinement options with shopping, especially when you click on one, it will show you other ones.
Well, yeah, but like, like if you mentioned you when you go to Amazon and you have like the products there, it's showing you related products like automatically, basically.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised they don't do that.
I mean, sometimes too many choices is not a good thing when you're shopping, some guy said.
That's what it is.
On that, I think some advertisers have something to worry about. Maybe analytics users too, Greg.
Yes. So if you had a Google Ads account or a Google Analytics account, you got an email from Google last week, and they talked about some privacy law provisions coming into effect for Florida, Texas, Oregon, Montana. And then there's the Colorado Privacy Act, or CPA, like get a better acronym, will begin its universal opt-out provisions. So for US state law, Google will continue to offer compliance tools to help partners make their compliance decisions. And then for Colorado's provision specifically, they'll be taking direct action by receiving global privacy controls directly from users and turning off ads targeting. So from an advertiser standpoint, what do you want to do? What do you need to do? From the Google side, they're going to be supplementing all these new state-based rules based off the current terms you have and have agreed to. So if you see it, something you need to update, go and approve that. And they're also going to be acting as Google itself will be acting as a service provider or processor with respect to data, while restricted data processing is enabled for those states. So if you've got the customer match list of first-party data, they'll be acting like that. And so the moral of the story is that because of these changes, advertisers might view less personalized ads inventory out there for bidding due to customer match data not being as thorough. And audiences API and floodlight remarketing lists may see degraded functionality due to increased opt-outs. So when people allow and states allow people to opt out, no surprise, you might have less people to target and less inventory out there as an advertiser.
Honestly, I'm super confused, but I know you guys have a service now that helps with this stuff, Greg. Am I wrong? Like with the whole opt-out and, all these cookie things and non-cookie things and...
Well, yeah, I mean, we help a lot of people with cookie consent, and that's something that I don't think a ton of people know the full ramifications on just attribution in general for this. I personally, we have a data team, so I'd have to ask them. But for some of the privacy, for some of that where you literally cannot track until they approve it, like that is really going to mess up attribution because you are not allowed to track where they first came from until they hit approve. And there are some ways to go around it by trying to geofence the cookie or the consent banners out there. But yeah, I'll have to. We have a full data team that does this. I just
I'm
run the ads.
telling you, one day I'm gonna be like handcuffs because I don't know what I'm doing. But Greg, hopefully you guys can help me out because I have no clue what I'm doing there.
I just want to ask, we pitched Wix, we pitched Greg's agency. Are we going to pitch Rusty Brick also right now?
I don't do anything for anybody. We only build software, which nobody wants. So don't pitch me. It's all about pitching everybody else because we're all marketing people that go like this a lot with their hands.
Coming
for Richard Nixon.
Coming soon, Barry's going to have some compliance software, right?
Ooh, exciting.
Monetize this. Let's go.
I think everybody's in that business.
As soon as he understands it.
Maybe I should come up with a link tool since Google just fixed their link tool.
Yeah,
well, now that domain authority is a thing again, you should make a domain authority tool, something like that.
Should we go off on a rant? Should we do that? I'm not gonna say who, but a bunch of people are messaging me now that this new toxic link thing came out in the search leak, and people are like, I need to disavow. I'm like, no, you don't. But no, I need to disavow. It says there's toxic links. I'm like, there may have been toxic links back when pre-Penguin, remember Penguin 4.0, and then before that, no, it wasn't called. Google never called it toxic. They call it bad links, whatever. But Google no longer penalized, so they had it in their docs again. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna start buying DA links now. I mean, where are we going? We're going backwards with this search leak, right? No, maybe not. People are gonna comment to hate me on this video.
It does feel like that. Instead of the leaks taking us to a place forward where we change our mindset and look at things a little more holistically, I feel like we've gone back more.
But also, there's one more thing for the last piece of news. Google Business Profiles, there's testing adding chat and messaging back, even though last week we reported they're getting rid of it. Now they're letting people add their own SMS and WhatsApp links directly in the Google Business Profile. So keep that in mind. It's being tested. I don't see it myself. So even though Google Business Profile says we're getting rid of chat, they have their own native chat features. Now they're actually bringing back something with SMS and WhatsApp. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but we'll keep you posted on that.
Strange.
Because I need more WhatsApp in my life.
Yeah, for sure. On that note, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. And maybe we'll try some new streaming platforms because we're using Google Meet right now. And I think we can make it a little bit better if we try some other options. So if you have any ideas, definitely comment below. And thanks again to Greg and Mordy. I think Crystal's at MozCon, so she's not getting up at 2 a.m. to do this. So we're back with Crystal next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.